Okay, so prototype, as you guys know, something that you need to carry out the development. Okay, so prototype is, as you can see here, is a toy implementation of the system. Why they call it as a toy implementation of the system? Because you are before you are get into the real coding or real system. So this is something that you sketch. You are sketch. Okay, the sketch is what we call as the prototype. Okay, so when can you use this prototype? Let's say if the customer come and approach you, then you say, okay, what you want me to do? How you want the system to be used? The customer say, I don't know. I don't know what I want. I don't know what my system actually looks like. They don't know. They have no idea. Let's say if your customer don't know or they have no idea what exactly they want, then you can approach the prototype model. That means you can sketch a small sketch and then you can show to your customer, is this what you want? Then the customer will think, yeah, this is what I want. After that, they will sketch another part, then you show you. Then you show to them. So from there, roughly they will understand, oh, this is what I want. Understand? So prototype is basically your sketch. Okay, you are sketch from the something from the draft. You are drafting. Okay, from A, they don't know how to write A, so you write A. Then you show, okay, this is what I want, yes. After that, you do a second step. Understand? So that is prototype. Prototype software process model is used when the customer don't know anything. They also don't know what they want. Normally, if you see the spiral or if you see the incremental, the customer know what they want, right? But prototype, they don't know what exactly they want. So how you can help them? You cannot say, oh, you don't know anything, then how you need to develop the system? Go away. I cannot help you. You cannot say like that. So there is a solution. So what is the solution? So you can start the sketch and you can show the draft to them. Okay, you can show the draft to them. Is this what you want? Is this what you want the system to be look like? Then we have roughly we generate the processing. Yes, this is what I want. Understand? Then it started to give some input to it. Understand? So this is how both of you work together. Got it? Got it? Or maybe your client, okay, because you are software development, maybe your client from different domains. Maybe they are from education. They don't know nothing. They don't know anything about the system. They are teacher. They don't know anything about the system. And suddenly you ask their requirement. Of course they don't know because they are from different domains. Still, you can use the prototype. Okay, prototype is used. I repeat again. Prototype is used when the customer don't know what exactly they want. Unclear requirement. Unclear requirement. Understand? Okay? So the advantage, when to use the prototype, not spelling error. It's prototype, not prototype. Okay? So, as I told you, when the customer don't know the exact project requirement, okay, if the developer are new for the domain, and the prototype of the end product is first developed, tested, and finished until the customer say you have to do the prototype, but you have to sketch and show to the customer until the customer happy, and then you say yes, this is what I want. Okay, you proceed. Then only you can jump into the development, the coding part. Until the customer happy and say yes, you have to keep sketching. Understand? You have to keep prototype, show the prototype, get the approval, show the prototype, get the approval. Once the customer say okay, then only you can move into the coding. Until that, you have to sketch only. Got it? Got it? You are not class. You are not writing the coding and show the output. This is your sketch. You are sketching. You are drafting. You are drafting and you show to the customer. Until the customer happy, until the customer say, okay, this is what I want, then only you can go to the coding part. Until that, you have to do the paperwork. You got it? Okay? So, when we talk about the prototype, because I told you, like, some customer want you do the first sketch. When you show the first prototype also, they easily can understand. They easily can understand. They say, okay, this is what I want. Can you quickly move to the coding? Okay, the prototype is not like sometimes the prototype depends on the customer also. Okay, so in here we have 4 prototypes. Remember, when you are planning to choose the prototype also we have a few. We have the rapid throwaway prototype. We have the evolutionary prototype, incremental prototype, extreme prototype. Okay, when you talk, I'm talking here, but you guys are talking there. If you are talking there, I'm talking here, then it's a clash. Alright, okay, listen. When we talk about the rapid, I'm not going to read, okay, I just explain to you, okay. The rapid or throwaway prototype. Okay, this prototype is when can you use? Okay, when can you use? Once the actual requirement is understood by the customer, because you are starting the sketching, right? As I told you, when you do the first sketching and second sketch, you already showed your customer say, yes, this is what I exactly want. Then you no need to do the third, fourth sketching on. You can straightly jump into the coding already. Because your customer know already what exactly they want. Based on what you sketch, right? The customer know already. From zero, now they know something what they want. So that means after this, you no need to sketch anything. You can straightly jump into the coding. You can start developing already. Understand? That is rapid. Rapidly happen. Very fast. Understand? Okay? That is called rapid throwaway prototype. Got it? Got it, class? Okay, the next one is a evolutionary prototype. Okay, this one is evolutionary prototype here is when the customer, how to say, okay, you already started to develop the prototype. You already done the prototype. Just want to move on to the design part, developing part. You're going to move on to the developing part. Suddenly your customer say, now the AI is very popular among our industry. Why don't you implement AI? No, all the while when you are sketching the prototype, you say okay. Tomorrow you want to jump into the coding, but today you say, can you implement AI? You understand? So that means again you need to start another prototype for the AI. Understand? So where you want to implement the AI, which module? Because AI is very big, right? In which module? Are you going to implement the AI in the payment module or in login module or in which module? So again you need to start. Understand? That is evolutionary prototype. That means based on the current technology or current demand, okay, current demand in market, okay, what is the current technology? So you need to prototype. So that is another one. Okay. Incremental prototype. Okay, incremental prototype is same like the Mona Lisa. Okay, same like the Mona Lisa prototype. Okay, which is we gradually develop the prototype, okay, for the particular model, and then you show to your customers. Understand? That is incremental prototype. Understand? But what is the difference between the incremental and this incremental prototype? Then the incremental prototype, no sketching. You design and coding that, right? But in here, you just sketch. No coding involved. Understand? So that is the only difference. between the Mona Lisa and this prototype incrementer. Understand? Okay? Extreme prototype is only used when you are developing the website. Extreme prototype, as you can see in the sentence also, is mostly used in the web development only. Okay? The incremental, the throwaway, the illusory, all that you can use it for the all software development. But the extreme prototype is only used for the web. Understand? When you want to develop the website, you can use the extreme prototype. Got it? So that is the only difference. So basically prototype is something that you start from the scratch. Okay, you are drafting something that you show to the customer. Until the customer happy, you use scan. Got it? Okay. How many prototypes are almost done. Almost done. Please bear with me. Okay, are ready? Okay, are ready? The rapid application development. Okay, class. Rapid application development. Okay, this already is suitable when you want to develop a mobile app. Okay, can be used if you want to develop a mobile app related. Okay, projects. Why? Okay, if you look at this is the phases. This is the phases. If you look at all the software process model, the first phase will be the requirement. Because without the requirement, what you going to develop, right? So the requirement phase is a mandatory in all the software process models. Okay? So in here you can see the requirement gathering, and then the next one is the user design. Under the user design, you have three loops, three main activity, which is again here the prototype come into place. After that you need to test the prototype, and then you need to refine the prototype. Can you see the cycle? Can you see the cycle? Okay, under the user design, the prototype, test, refine. Prototype, test, refine. Okay? Then only you go to the next one, construction and cutover. Okay? So when can we use the RAD? You can use the RAD if your system needs to create the project, the modernization in a very short span time, only 2 to 3 months. You can use. But if you want to use this, you must know the requirement. The user must know what exactly they want. If they don't know what exactly they want, they cannot use RAD. Okay, they can use the prototype. Okay, and if the technically risk is limited, it's not like a spiral. Okay, and if there is a necessity to make a system, the modernization within 2 or 3 months of period. It's very short time span. Okay, and it should be only if the budget allows the use of automatic code generating tools. Okay, this one is we can use some automated tools. Okay. The advantages here is this model is flexi. Okay, this model is flexi where you can change the requirements. Okay, and the changes are adaptable. And each phase in R&D is a higher priority for sending to the customer. Because as you can see in here, the prototype until, okay, the same thing, until the customer not happy with the prototype, okay, you need to test it, you need to refine it, you need to do this loop again and again and again. Understand? Okay? It reduces the development time. It increases the reusability of features. Because some of the features, because for example, enhancing. That means you already have the system A. You're just going to enhance. You're going to enhance the system A to system B. Some of the features in system A, you can reuse it back. You can recycle back. It's not necessary that you need to command the system into branch. Some of the function you can reuse it back. Understand? Okay? The disadvantages, normal person cannot do this. Normal person, okay, a normal like your fresh programmers or your fresh engineers, you cannot work in this system. Only the high skillful person is needed. If you are a junior programmer, cannot work here. Okay, you must be a senior programmer with a number of experience. Okay, all application is not compatible with RAD. That's why I'm telling you, you cannot use the e-canteen. You want to develop an e-canteen system or e-library system, RAD cannot. RAD you can mainly people use RAD for mobile development, mobile applications. Okay. For smaller project, you cannot use RAD. Definitely you cannot use RAD for smaller project. Okay. On the high technical risk is not suitable and it 100% need the user involvement because you can see the prototype. Those whatever, okay, because even the prototype model also, right? That's why we learned about the prototype software process model. That prototype software process model also, the user requirement, the user involvement must be there because when you sketch something, to whom that you want to show? Of course, you need the customer to verify, right? Then you can move on. So the customer involvement is highly needed. Understand? Okay? Okay, so that is about RAD. Next is a component-based development model. Component-based development model, you are not developing a new system or not enhancing. You are enhancing, but you are not enhancing the entire system. You are just going to add a small function inside. That is called component-based. Okay, for example, here you can see the diagram here. Previous which is in your left-hand side. Your left-hand side, as you can see the icon, which is the Twitter icon, the Facebook icon, the LinkedIn icon, all are very small, right? Okay? But when you implement the component base, you can you see the difference? Can you see the difference? Okay, even you have the icon for the mail, because if you see the previous one, the mail icon, the printer icon, all is in the white color, right? White in color, it's a little bit blurred. Okay, but with the CPD, you can see the mail icon, the printer icon, and other things all has been modified, isn't it? Yes or no? Okay, the second one below also you can see the Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. But with the CBD, you can see all the icons have been large. Okay, it's become a large icon. This is one example. Okay, which is you reuse the components across the different sites. Reusing the components across the different sites in the system. Okay, so that is called as a component-based development model. Okay, something like component-based, normally we will work on the buttons, we will work on the tags. Okay, something like that. Okay, nothing much, and people seldom using this. Okay, so that is one. Next is we going to move on to the agile. Okay, agile. As I told you, agile we're going to discuss two examples. One is XP, extreme programming, and the other one is FTD. FTD is a feature driven development. Okay. Okay, so this is advantages of agile model, because this one I'm not going to repeat. I already give the example when I talk the first slide, the comparison between the traditional and agile, right? I have already done the comparison. It's just a repeat, but this is more to the agile. What is agile advantages and disadvantages? Okay, but this one I already explained the first slide just now when I compare the traditional and agile, right? Okay, this is a repeat. Okay. Now, when you talk about the agile, we have many. We have Kanban, we have XP, we have FTD, we have lot, but I only want to discuss two, which is XP and FTD. Okay? So XP is not a Windows XP. This is XP programming. Okay? It's the most one of the most specific agile framework. And then okay, I just give the explanation here. When can we use the XP? Okay, if you have constantly changing requirement, because agile, as I told you, the big difference between agile and traditional SDLC is about the flexibility. Okay, waterfall model all, you cannot expect the flexibility there. Changing requirement not possible. But in agile, changing requirement is possible. Okay, the flexibility is there. Okay, so in here, when can you use the XP? If you have the consistently changing requirements. Okay, because you are not fixed or your requirement is not clear. Okay, and if you keep changing and changing and changing, then you can use the XP. Okay, the next one here is a team have a tight deadline. You have very tight deadlines. Okay, but you need to finish up this. And the stakeholders want to reduce the risk under the deadline. And the team can automate unit and functional tests. That means in here, when you want to use the XP, make sure your team members, okay, because you are doing a project, not an individual project, you are doing a group project. Make sure all the people in the groups, okay, all your team members are very highly professional people. Okay, understand? So that is very important. The advantages and disadvantages of XP. Simple code and it's easy to improve. Okay? The whole cycle of XP is feasible. There's nothing that is feasible. Everything people, even you can show to your customer. So these are the stages. So everybody can easily understand. Nothing is a hidden. There is no hidden phases or hidden activity there. Okay? And constant testing makes the process go agile. Because you are keep changing the requirement, right? Okay, once you keep changing the requirement, then everything you need to do from the beginning. So the testing is very important. Okay? Uplifting the talent of teams. As I told you, the team members must be very talented and independent. Not dependent, independent. Okay? Disadvantages here, in XP, they will give more attention to the code, less to the design. They will focus more to the coding only. But the design, of course, they will give importance, but not as give the importance to the code. Very little bit attention is giving to the design. Okay? Not working in a remote working team. Remote working team cannot applicable for here. Okay, in XP cannot do that. Okay, one person here, one person there. No. Everybody must be there. If issues are not documented rightly, possible for repeating the same issues. For example, when you do the testing, when you do the coding and you're testing, let's say that particular testing or the particular error is not documented. It's not documented. Next time, the same problem might be occur. Okay, might be occur. So, when the problem occur, you don't know to whom or how to rectify it because you didn't document one. Right? If you have any solution, you need to document that solution. Okay, document this is the problem and this is the solution. So later in future, if you have the same problem, you know how to rectify it. Right? But in here, this is the disadvantage. Why? You know why? You know why they cannot document? Because they are keep changing the requirement. Why? If they keep changing the requirement, they have to keep doing the coding and the testing will be different. So every time the requirement is changing. So how many things that you want to document? One module, just imagine one module, you have 10 constant, what we call 10 requirement changing. You're changing the requirement 10 times for one module. Are you going to document all the changing requirements, all the codings, all the syntax errors? Maybe from 10, maybe out of 2 is missing there. Maybe you failed to document that. Right? Okay? If there is some advantages also. Let's say they given the advantages in changing the requirements, but there is disadvantages also later, which is you will face the problem when future you want to refer to any document. Because in one fixed requirement and you have a one fixed solution, but in here you have 10 requirements or maybe 20 requirements, but you only have a 5 solutions. But where is the solution for the 50? At the balance 50? You cannot find it. Understand? Okay? Okay, the next one is a feature-driven development. Okay, so this is one of the client-centric in agile methodology tools. We use it. Okay, what is the difference? Because as I told you in Scrum is one of the agile, but we're not discussing about the Scrum. They just give an example. For instance, in Scrum methodology, if you want to do one task, it takes 4 weeks. Okay, you want to, maybe the coding, as an example, the coding maybe takes 4 weeks. Not coding, testing maybe 4 weeks. But in FDD, only 2 to 10 days. Okay, 4 weeks, 10 days. Which one is shorter? Which one is faster? In Scrum methodology, you take 1 month for you to complete the testing. But in FDD, you only take 10 days for you to complete the testing. Which one is faster? Which one is faster? Scrum or FDD? Okay, so this make it easier for the team to track and address the error. Okay, and it makes the team to adapt the client request. Okay, and also it makes the team to get a new members up to date quickly, because 4 months is a long duration, which you can take your own sweet time to hire people, to meet the team, or that. Okay, to meet the customer, you take your own sweet time. But here, within 10 days, you have to do all this. So how fast that you need to work? How fast? Very fast, super duper fast. Okay, 1 month, 10 days. So super duper fast we need to work. Okay. So in here, so this is the what we call the process in FDD, which is you need to develop the overall model, then you need to build the features. So what are the features? Okay, in that model, for example, you are developing the login model. What are the features you need in the login model? What are the features? Okay, then you need to plan by the feature, then you need to define the feature, then you need to start building the feature. Okay? So this is the advantages and disadvantages of FDD. If you want to use FDD, make sure that you have the clear project scope, because only 10 days, very short time of spent, you can I'll have right here, my requirements are, next week I'll tell no. Because you have come out that I want to complete this project within 12 days or 15 days. So you have to work super fast. That means you already have your scope, your project scope in your mind. Okay? And it's a user-centric approach. And it's worth to work a long project with a large team because 10 days with the 5 members you cannot complete. You need a very big project members. Okay, huge members. Okay, decrease need for meeting. The disadvantages here that is not suitable for small project. Small project you can use it. Dependence on lead developers. No written documentation to the client. Okay, no documentation. You cannot produce a final documentation to the client because everything is something like a super duper fast. Okay, no manual guidance or something that you say that this system I want this system to be documented so that I can use it for future. No, cannot. Very hard for them to prepare. Okay, alright. Okay, so this is the exercise that you guys can try it. Okay, so that's all. Any question? Now, guys. I believe that you know, based on the lecture today, I believe that you know what is the suitable software process model that you can use for your assignment. Okay? Any questions?